Man, they said Dave the Garden Guy is going to be here, so I said I'm in on this Saturday.
You know what? Zoot suit and all. Look at this guy. Holy
moly! This is
moly!
why I love Dave. We have a guest on the show in a little while.
Look at the dichotomy
hey
between
guys,
us.
You got a bathroom I could use? And Dave goes, yeah,
right behind that tree over there. Go on over, Scott. He went beyond the area there. He's not over there really, folks, but you know.
We treat our guests so nice around here.
You know, it's a rough life when you come down to Channel 3. Let's talk about frost damage. In fact, right now we just had one of our cooler type of, well, events, temperature events. So what you want to do, Scotty, start getting that plant material ready for any type of frost damage. First off, Scott, the other Scott, camera Scott, turn around here, just kind of take a look at the garden. There's a lot of stuff that's actually frost sensitive in here, and one of them bougainvillea, and there's a lot of lantana out here, and you got asparagus fern and some of your other types of plant material. No pruning.
Okay.
In fact, it's real important that you don't prune this time of year.
Okay.
Put those pruners away, let that stuff go, and then when you get frost damage, say on the tip of your plant material, and I got a bad example here, this is a little evergreen elm, they will never frost on you, but you'll see the tips of plant material starting to actually freeze back. Well, what you want to do is leave that on there, because what it does is protect the plant from additional frost damage.
So it comes back then.
Right. So the other thing, get those blankets, insulate, all that stuff ready for any type of frost damage. It's real important to go ahead and cover that stuff up. And when we do cover it up, and in a frost event, you want to cover it with something like this Insulate, because of the fact it's slightly translucent. So it goes a long ways towards keeping that plant material nice and warm without increasing the growth. And it does a real nice job because it's very lightweight. It won't squish
Hey, by
that
the
plant
way,
material
Dave,
down.
I'm glad you bring that up. Get it now, because
Yeah,
the
it's
day before it frosts, it's hard to find.
That's exactly my next statement. In fact, that's what you want to do. You're petting my dog back here. Huh? Jack Dog really likes you. There's Jack Dog right there.
Jack.
Let's just move this.
Can you jump up here with your front feet?
Well, the next segment's going to be a little bit about Jack Dog.
Okay.
So some of the other things we're doing is going ahead and spraying with liquid seaweed. This time of year, you want liquid seaweed or extreme juice. Either one of them got a lot of liquid seaweed in it. Liquid seaweed helps protect plant material from any type of frost damage. Some other things you want to try to do this time of year is making sure you water. In fact, when you're watering, Scotty, making sure you're watering deeply and frequently, and right before a frost event, make sure that you actually go ahead and turn that water on and let it run from about 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning. As that water evaporates, well, it creates kind of a canopy around the plant material, and it heats it up as it tries to cool down.
By the way, with this frost event, does that mean when it's 32, or you have to do it when it's 34 or 35?
You know, it depends on your area. In fact, if you look and you can drive through Phoenix and you see where my precursor is ficus trees. In fact, if you see a lot of them, you know you don't have real heavy frost events. If you don't see many of them, folks, you do. So it's real important that you go ahead and think about those, well, those little microenvironments that we've got out here in the desert Southwest. Last but not least, regular mulching or composting in around the plant material helps the soil stay warmer, and this is real important. And of course, if you haven't already done it, I want to just mention one thing. Your tulips, hyacinths, and crocus all need to go in the ground right now if you went ahead and cold weather stratified them. Do you know what that means?
Stratify?
It's called stratification.
Are you talking about that hotel in Vegas?
Yeah,
is that something else?
That's the other one. Oh. But the one you want to worry about is this one today, because we're on the Garden Guy show, and that is something you want to plant right now. But what we do is we put those bulbs in there. If we put them in the refrigerator and we let them sit in there for about 6 to 8 weeks, and you put them in the ground, well, you trick them into thinking they went through winter, and they'll bloom in the springtime.
All right.
So that's called
Dave
cold weather
outsmarting his plants.
Yep. Next up, about Jack Dog.
Jack,
there he is, right there.
Doing? That's a fine dog. What kind of dog is that?
That's an Aussie Doodle. He's over there visiting.
Doodle.
Yeah, he's a good dog. He's one of the most protective dogs. Once he gets to know you, he's fine. He won't attack. He won't attack.
That's our guest, Jack. Take
Jack,
it easy.
Don't bite. Hey, come on over here. Jack, come here. Come here. Get over here.
Get control of that dog.
Hey,
all right,
sit,
we'll.
Sit. There you go. Down.
There. Oh,
there
very nice. Good job. Thanks, Dave. We'll be right back. All right, we're out in the garden with Dave the Garden Guy.
Let's take a look at him.
Can we look at the final product?
It's not quite final yet, but there it is.
You want to tell us who it is? Well, we know. Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. There it is.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I said, I want to buy one from you until I found out that people pay as much as $60,000 for them.
Yeah, and you know what, Scotty? That's out of your league, because you can't even afford a cup of coffee. All the toys you buy.
That. That's Dave's kind of salary.
don't think so. But hey, guys, what we're talking about is pet-friendly type environments. And what you want to do is you want to start thinking along those lines. First off, plants. In fact, when you're planting plants, make sure they're pet-friendly. Rosemary and even some of your different types of mints will go ahead and ward off all types of insects and, of course, those different types of rodents if you have mint around your home. And then planting real friendly type plant material, especially different types of wildflowers. You got to be careful about what you're planting. When you're planting, you want to stay away from certain types of plants. Taking a look at just different types of websites, including mine, thegardenguy.com. You can go out there and you can determine which are safe, which aren't safe, and that's real important, Scotty, out here in the desert Southwest, because there are some things out there that will cause some real problems. And then, of course, you want to stay as organic as possible when you're actually doing any, or getting rid of any type of pest. My favorite, food grade diet. He's smiling.
You know
food
why,
grade
you know
diet
why I'm
tomatoes
laughing about that?
What?
Because a couple of years ago I asked what to do in that, and you told me this, and you gave me one of those.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Oh, you never used it?
No, I used it. I never returned it. I'm sorry.
You know what? I knew I was missing that thing. I want to show how safe this is.
I'm sorry.
You know, this guy's a klepto. In fact, get away from my table. You gotta watch this stuff. Stuff that has tendency to glue on his finger, just like this DE. I want to show how safe it is. There it is right there.
Yeah, but look at you.
Okay, klepto. And then, of course, you want to stay with the real nice type fertilizers. In fact, your liquid seaweeds, which we talked about earlier, extreme juice, all those are real safe. Fertilizers will actually hurt your dog, so it's real important that you actually utilize organic type fertilizers. And, of course, getting rid of those different types of insects naturally, and we talked a little bit about it. But here's one of my favorite, Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap. You can brush your teeth with that, you can shave with that, you can go ahead and wash with that, and you can kill insects with that. It really works out fantastic. So when you're out there doing that kind of stuff, it's real important to think safe and think safe as much as possible. And a lot of people went in and sprayed a lot of different types of chemicals around their home, and then you purchase a home and you get a pet. Well, here's something, and these are different types of humates, and humates have a tendency to absorb a lot of those dangerous toxic type chemicals in soil. So this will actually lock it up. And it's called a humate product. This is a product of mine. It's called Plaque Maximizer. And then weed control, well, making sure you stay in with very natural type weed controls. And that is one right there. And it is 10% vinegar. Let's check on the painting. I know everybody's looking over there.
It really
Don't
is
care
amazing.
about the garden guy segment. It's just all about the painting. And so there you go.
That is impressive.
The best looking, you know what? Best looking painter in town.
Dave?
I'll tell you what, it looks good. Huh?
Are you buying it? Just
I'll buy it. You know what?
You've
Let me
got
see
that
what
in
I
your
got.
car right now.
I don't
You're
think
gonna
I
be a little
got it.
short.
You know, I bet you paid that much for that suit of yours. So.
Okay. Well, this was fun.
Was
this
it
was a
fun?
fun little garden. It was like
Yeah,
a field
it's like
trip during the show.
3
it
minutes
was.
of Dave and I ripping on each other.
That's what it's all about.
I don't
In
know
fact,
if the viewers like it, but
in
we sure
fact,
have fun.
stand a little bit further back from my table there, will you? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
your hands around stuff, klepto. Okay, there you go. Nice
There we
looking
go.
painting there.
9 o'clock hour coming up. Thank you so much. Beautiful job.
Great job.
Awesome.
Seriously,
Night
great
flight
job.
again happening
Have
in
fun
2
with
weeks.
the night flight.
We'll see you back at 9 a.m.
I gotta take a picture
Take a
of
pic.
this.
That looks beautiful.